welcome everyone to my Jak 2 review for PS4. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. We start in Sandover Village, sitting in a Rift Rider that was found at the end of Jak 1 behind the big door. Before we know it, Jak hits the button and the rift opens up. A big ass ugly creature then comes out of it, and suddenly the Rift Rider takes off and goes into the portal. And Jak and Dax are crash landed into a mysterious city. Jak is then taken as prisoner. 2 years later, Jak is experimented on by Baron Praxis and Errol. Daxter then breaks in to save Jak. The dynamic duo then escape and meet a man named Core. He soon explains Haven City is a prison. Inside a prison, inside a city, we are all prisoners. Core tells us where we can join the Underground, who are at war with the Baron. Jak 2 has changed level design. It's more like a GTA clone than a platformer. I mean, the platforming is still here, but it's more action based. To me, this feels right for the series. I feel like it wouldn't have done as well if it stuck to the format of Jak 1. Jak 2 has more of a dark and gritty tone compared to Jak 1. Precursor orbs are very rare now. Collecting these can unlock stuff in secret menu like big head mode, hero mode, mirror world, small head mode, and so on. I found myself I never really used this menu though, as I would tend to forget about it. I remember this game being hard as shit to complete. Me and my brother would spend hours trying to beat that damn Water Slums mission and Onin's challenge. The Water Slums is still hard as fuck. Nah, I'm just kidding, but coming back to this game as an adult, it's actually piss easy. It was never as hard as I could remember it. Everyone says it should have had way more checkpoints, but I disagree. I think it sets the pace of the game very well, otherwise it would just be so easy, and the levels would feel too short if it had checkpoints everywhere. So Jak now gets weapons. He gets a scatter gun, which is like a shotgun, a blaster that is like a rifle, a Vulcan barrel, basically a machine gun, and a peacemaker. This gun can be quite OP, but you only get 10 shots. You still have punching and kicking though, and these can be used as combos with the guns. You also get a jet board that is great fun, and you can do loads of tricks. You'll most likely find yourself using this all the time. It's crazy how this game has like 0 load times, like on the PS2. That was pretty impressive back then. Good job, Naughty Dog, good job. In my opinion, this soundtrack slaps. It's way better than Jak 1 soundtrack. It's so much more dynamic. Like when you equip your guns, the song adds more instruments. When you get attacked, the song changes. It's still the same song, but it just adds more instruments. The level design is awesome. You spend most of your time in Haven City, but there are loads of areas outside of it like Haven Forest, Precursor Mountains, the sewers, strip mines, and a gun factory. There's also tombs. You do visit these areas more than once, but they never get boring as each area opens up more and more. There's one level where you play as Daxter running away from a giant creepy crawler. There's a good callback to Crash Bandicoot. The main enemies are metalheads. They can be big or really, really small. You can get skull gems from killing them. You can spend these on Dark Jak upgrades, but I always forgot about them and never really used Dark Jak that much. Jak can now speak and he is pissed. The main plot is the Underground is trying to overthrow the Baron, aka Mr. Krabs, and put the true ruler of Haven City back in power. All in there is a war going on with the Metalhead. The creature that came out of the Rift Gate is the Metalhead leader. Stuff that sucked was this, The racing on this game always sucked, and I found the controls were so sensitive and like, why is there 5 laps? It feels like it takes forever to complete these, and the mech suit always felt clunky and slow, and I never liked the controls for this. So we meet Torn, Crew, Ashlyn and Vin. Crew is a very shady character, he's a smuggler. Torn is in charge of the underground, and Ashlyn is Baron Praxis' daughter. I know, shocker. Anyway, we find out we are actually in the future after discovering Samos' hut in Deadtown. We then meet the leader of the underground, who is actually Samos, but he's young and he has no idea who you are. So after continuing with the story, we discover Mars Tomb, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who made Haven City. We find the precursor stone in the tomb. Suddenly the Baron flies in and takes the stone before Jack can get it. We soon then have to break into prison to save Samos, only to find old Samos in there with him. Because you know, time travel and stuff. This shit can and will get confusing as hell later on. We win the last race against Errol, who gets so mad he tries to kill Jack, only to kill himself. Now that wasn't too clever, was it? We soon learn that the Baron is planning on cracking the stone open with a bomb. He's getting Crew to build it, so we gotta stop him. Quick. We soon find out Core is the Metalhead leader and the kid is a younger version of Jack. Man, I hate time travel, that shit is always so confusing. So Core kills the Baron, but before the Baron dies he gives us the stone. We then head to the Metalhead nest in the wasteland and then kill Core. He can be tough to beat on your first playthrough. I did find a strange glitch on the PS4 version. Once we finally whoop Core's arse, then younger Samos and younger Jack take the rift portal back to Jack 1 to repeat this whole game all over again. Once the game is complete, there's not a whole lot to do, but you can collect the rest of the precursor orbs, but that's about it, and if you're not into the secrets, it's not really worth doing. I did have a good time playing this, so I'm going to give Jack 2 Renegade a 7.5 out of 10. It would have got an 8 if there was more to do after the game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I enjoyed playing it and, well, reviewing it, and I've learnt a lot from doing this. So, yeah, I'm planning on reviewing Jack 3. I hope you guys like and subscribe. Peace.